Welcome to this the analysis of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition features and differences that have been made. We are 1 day from release actually already. Some people got it, so we're pretty much at release time. So we already know that the game has made a bunch of changes, as you can see here as we scroll down. And these are all pictures that me and my cousin exchanged uh, that highlight all the changes that have been made. And for the most part, I'm not okay with the changes, but let's start by saying that, okay, look, Definitive Edition, is Definitive Edition good? Yes. But it has done things that I would have rather not done, but anyway. Well, we're gonna start from the minor gripes. Like graphic wise, it's not bad. Like if we look at this one, for example, this is the intro cutscene. I mean, these guys look okay. And I was really worried about Dixon and Mumkar not looking okay, and also Dumban. These three guys, I was really worried they would not look fine, but look, this is Dumban. And Dumban's fine, he looks okay. And then there's Ryan, and Ryan looks okay. And then Shulk looks like he's 10 years old. And then they pretty much got every character but Shulk and Melia, which was a bit of a gripe. Like seriously, look at these guys. Like, I don't know, we could probably, you know what? We can probably see the difference. You know what? Since I've got the Wii right here, we can probably see the differences in the intro. But yeah, the biggest gripe I have about the characters is that they're mostly fine except Shulk and Melia. So yeah, they mostly look fine, but Shulk looks like he's 10 years old. Melia looks like she is like also 12. A minor gripe because I seen some cutscene. In some of them, Shulk looks fine, and it's the same problem that Shadow of the Colossus PS4 has. There are some cutscenes in which Shulk, I mean, in Shadow of the Colossus PS4, there are some cutscenes in which Shulk, I mean, in which Wander looks like a baby, and my remote is about to die. But other times in other like camera views, Wander looks just fine. And this is the same deal. We have a Shulk. I don't even know. Can you see my mouse? Hang on. Can you see my mouse? Okay, you can. Good. You can see my mouse. Okay, so we have a Shulk that looks like 10, but then in the cutscene where it picks up the Monado for the first time, it's fine. It actually looks okay. Now we can actually see the cutscene between this cutscene right here. Looks like the mech on Hellbent on taking us out. We can see the difference. But honestly, graphic-wise, I have little complaints to do. It's just the Shulk and Melia, and that's pretty much about it. There's one thing about the Mechon, but it's super minor. Okay, so I was saying, I'm just gonna move on to this cutscene right here that you can see on the screen, so we can see the difference. So this is one, and we have this. I start to actually pull the two things together, but there's this, and then there's this. This is the new one, and this is the old one. Which I gotta say, I always said that it doesn't look bad. This is on Wii U, by the way. It's the original disc played on Wii U, but like I want to see this one. I want to see this one. I want to see the side by side. I want to see, because this is the one cutscene that struck me as weird, just because Shulk's face looks just super young. He's supposed to be 18, but I mean, in the Wii version, it looks like he's like 20. He looks a lot older. Okay, so we got this. All right, and then we have this, and this is the old one. So yeah, let's go back to this because you haven't seen it. So this is the circular. Let's rediscuss this because you haven't seen it. This is the Earth cooldown. They cool down in a circle rather than filling the the image from bottom to top. And this, as I said, it's okay. It's just a visual, graphical change. It doesn't really matter too much. But I was discussing this. This is how much time break topple and days last. This is break. And I guess some people didn't like it when there was not a time in the original. You could just have to guess. But okay, the break, there were different times. Like Shulk's stream edge does like 2-3 seconds of break. Air slash does more. Turn strike does 10 seconds, which is it's outrageous. 10 seconds of break, it's a lot. And then there are different timers of break, but you don't really care about break because you don't really care. After break, you just usually topple, and topple is always 3 seconds. Sorry, so you don't really care. You know it's 3 seconds, and then days is always 2 seconds. So I don't see the need of this. That's and sleep. I don't know how many seconds sleep is, but this is just additional info that you seriously don't need. I hardly doubt that someone is going to see this and be like, oh my god, thank god that now I know how much time it remains. I can do so many strats with this now. No, it's why? We didn't need this. Completely useless. Plus, how many times you play the original, you're like, yes, I can inflict break, or like it's toppled. I have 2 days immediately because I'm not sure how much time I have left. It's 3 seconds, but I have to topple immediately. So this is the least problematic one. Let's move on. Okay, this is another bad one. This. Okay. The elf gauges. All right, the original didn't have any of that. Let me actually show you. This is the original. Okay. Let's look at the original. While I load up my chat again, because the PC crashed. Let me show you how the original works. These are the elf gauge. You have the numbers, and some people are like, oh, there's just numbers. I don't have an elf gauge. Where's an elf bar? I want to know, because they can't do math. If Ryan has 5,000 HP and he drops below 2,500, he's obviously an elf. But people don't get it. For some reason, Monolith thought, hey, it seems like people can't do math anymore. So they said, hey, let's add an elf gauge so that people can forget about the numbers and look at the gauge. Because with the gauge, you don't really care about the numbers anymore. And I'm talking about, like, think of the last story. The last story doesn't have numbers. Well, it does only on the leader. And there's a lot. There will be a lot to say about that too. Like, okay, look. Let's actually. If someone says, "Oh no, they're just numbers," I can't figure out. Without a gauge, I can't figure out my elf, right? Okay. So what about Chrono Trigger? Chrono Trigger and no elf gauges. Okay, on the DS you have gauges, but I'm talking about the original. The DS added gauges. I don't see any gauges. Look, okay. I don't see any gauges there, all right? They're just the HP that you have. And then you go to Xenoblade, and the difference is that you have the max HP. And in Chrono Trigger, I'm just saying Chrono Trigger as an example, but Chrono Trigger doesn't even have the max HP. And I can pull out a lot of games, like one over the others. Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 8. Same deal. Look at this. No max HP. You just had the HP. Nobody bats an eye. Nobody bats an eye on that. It's fine. It's fine. Everybody likes it. Then again, maybe if they're going to remake Final Fantasy 8 and they're gonna add a gauge, I'm sure everybody's going to be like, thank God they added a gauge. I couldn't stand how in the original they didn't have a gauge for the SP. When you didn't have that problem, I don't know. The gauges. The gauges are apparently everything now. You need the gauge in order to figure out how much health you have. Because you can't do simple math. Like, they're not even big numbers. I swear, if all the people that said, "Oh, thank God, now Xenoblade has an alpha gauge," if they play Xenogears, they're probably not even going to play it. Because, like, you start and you don't have a gauge, you're more like Chrono Trigger, and you have the max HP. Okay? On foot, you have max HP and actual HP. Like, you have, like, I don't know, 200 out of 400 HP. But, thing is, when you, in Xenogears, when you go to Gears, you only have the current HP. You don't have max HP anymore. And for crying out loud, you get to the end of the game, you have like 20,000 HP. Okay, and you don't have max HP. So I can see those people complaining, "Oh God, I have 20,331 HP. How am I supposed to know if I'm low on health or high on health?" Well, guess what? You've got to remember your max HP. It's the game. You need to remember it. You need to use your head. Also, so the gauge here in the new version, it starts off blue. Then when it drops off elf, it looks like it's alpha elf here, but it's actually slightly above. When it drops below alpha elf, it becomes yellow, and then it becomes red. And people said, "Oh God, the original was just numbers. There was no way to tell if it was below alpha elf." Look at this. Look at this, for crying out loud. Okay, I'm gonna drop down here, take damage. Oh, that was enough damage either. I need to fight. I need to drop from higher up. Oh yeah, look at that. Did you see it? Let's see it again. You have to look at the background of the HP. See how Danban's elf is flat? How Danban's background is flashing? It's flashing red, because he lost more than half of his HP. And the faster it flashes, the lower HP you have. And that's how you would tell, because you were like this, and then suddenly you see a character flash red, and you'll be like, "Oh God damn it, that character's lost a lot of health. I gotta heal him." And that's how you would tell. Wait, this is the second way, okay? We're already at 2 ways you can tell if a card is below half health. So whoever says, "Oh, I couldn't tell if a card was below half health," is clearly lying. Am I gonna die from this? No, okay, see? Look at that. Very, very, very slow, but very clear. And if I were like 1 HP, it would be very fast, because it will tell me, "Hey, look, this card is about to die. Do something." But apparently nobody noticed that. And then there's the third way. Third way. Okay, here we go. Here we're getting into advanced stuff. Okay, here we go. Now we just switch back to my PC. Apparently, people played Xenoblade with their eyes and without using their ears. Okay. The third way you can tell if someone is off his HP is if you listen. You have to listen to what the characters say, because if you listen to what the characters say, you can pretty much tell what's going on in the battle. You can just I can just close my eyes. If I just listen to what the characters are saying, I can tell you what the hell is going on at any given time, because it's super easy. Let's look at, for example, Shulk. Every character has different lines for these things that happen. So, for example, if Shulk drops below 50 HP, he says, "This isn't going well." So, if I hear that, I immediately know. I don't need to look at the elf. I already know. And if he says, "Not good, I'm losing it," it's this. It dropped below 50% HP. Talent gauge 50% for Shulk is, alright, I'm feeling it. Oh, they have 2 more. Hang on, they have 2 more. I forgot about 2 more. They have 2 more. They have 8 each. It's tension high and tension very, actually stay max. Very high is max, whatever. When he feels the talent gauge, he says, "We can definitely do this." At one segment of the party gauge, he says, "All right, wait, what is it? Okay, guys, now we're pulling together." On 2 segments, he says, "Oh, I forgot what this one is, because you rarely even." It says, wait. Oh, I don't remember this one. No, okay, hi Waldorf, but there are no HP bars. When did you write that? Look, there are no HP bars. Where do you see HP? There are no HP. The blue bar over the models. Oh yeah, that one. But it's not... Okay, you're right, but it's not this one. But it's different from... But it's not here. Okay, where is it? Okay, you're right. But it's not this. It's not here. They now moved it. But they now moved it. I mean, they moved it. They moved it here. And trust me, you wouldn't look at it anyway. You weren't looking at the HP above the characters anyway. You were looking at the alpha to the left. But okay. In any case, I was saying there are 3 ways to tell if you're low on HP anyway. You don't need a gauge to tell you, because you would tell either by looking at the numbers. 1, 2, you would hear a character saying something. 3, you would see the character portrait becoming red. I mean, they could have just left it on the top of the characters, I guess. I didn't even need that gauge. There's little need of the gauge. Speaking of gauges, though, what the fuck is this gauge over here, okay? There's a gauge above the levels, or below the levels, rather. What is this? In the original, we had 2 gauges there. In the original characters have the experience gauge, which is the orange one. And then we have the skill gauge, which is the yellow one. But now we have only one of them. Now there's only one gauge. So what is this? Is it the skill? Is it the experience? I don't know. I'm guessing it's the experience. But then you don't know when you're about to learn a new skill. And that sucks, because you need to know that. It's important. Okay, but that's okay. This is a very minor thing. No big deal. Let's go to this. This is the menu, and this is actually a good thing. They had so many good things here. All right. So this is the new menu. It looks pretty neat. The old menu looks like this. All right. This is the character. And now it looks like this. And honestly, it's just a different way to see the things. So you have your weapon, you have gems, you have armor. The one thing they added, and I love it that they did it, is appearance. This is fashion gear. Pretty much like Xenoblade X. You can just put things here, and this is what you see, but this is what you equip. You didn't have this in the original, but it's a nice touch, and I'm glad they did it. And apart from that, that's it, and everything else is just the same. So they just reorganized the things, but they added fashion gear, and I love fashion gear. So pretty good. Definitely something that was worth adding. We can see, yeah, this thing. All right. This arrow right here, it tells you if there are enemies off screen. So there's like a vang here that you can't see, and the arrow tells you, hey, look, there's an enemy up here. This was a thing in Ys 8. Oh, look, everybody disabled it because it's such an annoyance. So in Ys 8, the same thing happens. You have these arrows that will tell you, oh, look, there's an enemy over here. But when you would run through an area, because you didn't care, there were like several arrows all around the screen, and they were just annoying. And I see everybody here disabled them because they're just honestly a pain. Like imagine fighting. Imagine fighting like 10 enemies and you have like 8 arrows around here. They go all around here, pointing in different directions. You don't need them. They're just, hopefully they can be disabled. This is the worst thing. Chance. Why? There's only one word for this. Why? So what chance is basically, it tells you, you have this exclamation mark here, okay? It's near the art. It tells you, oh, look, you're now in position to use the art. So this art is used from behind. And the game is like, hey, you should totally use this. You're behind the enemy. And I'd be like, I know I'm behind the enemy. Don't tell me what to do. They thought, okay, maybe this is what they thought. They thought people can't use their eyes and see if they're behind the enemy or not. So let's actually tell them when it's time to attack an enemy from when they're behind or something. Okay, look, they could have just done this. This is very intrusive because it keeps popping up. As you move around the enemy, it just says chance, 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 chance. It just gets boring and annoying. And look at this. This is Xenoblade X. Look. This is how you should have handled it. Xenoblade X nailed this so well. Look, there it is. This. It's not intrusive. It's always there, but you can ignore it. It says where you're in the front, side, or behind, and then if you're the top, middle, or bottom, it's here. It's not telling you, hey, look, you're on the front, you should totally use this art. No, it's just telling you where you are. Then you can do what you want. But I guess modern gamers or kids nowadays just want the game to tell them what. No, this is not it. I just guess they just want people to tell them what to do. Oh, the arrows are deactivatable. Okay. Second thing you have to deactivate. 100%. They're just so annoying. Again, I had that in Ease 8 by default. First thing I took out. They're just a pain. It's not a shooter game for crying out loud. It's an RPG. Okay, so back to that thought. I guess nowadays gamers just want the game to tell them what to do every step of the way. And look, okay, let's bring up paint because I'm fucking sick of this. You know MS Paint? Let's use the power of MS Paint to show you how you can tell. There are several ways you can tell where you are in the right position in battle. You don't need any chance thing. You don't need any of this shit. Okay, wait one. You use your fucking eyes. Use your fucking eyes and look at the enemy. Look at the enemy and figure out whether you're on the back side or front or whatever. Okay? Good. Wait two. Because people will be like, but what about these enemies? There are like enemies that technically just look like clouds. Like we sold one. And go on the side. There they are. Okay. We're not going to attack. It's level 80. Okay, so people be like, but this enemy is a cloud. It doesn't have a face. It doesn't have a front. How am I supposed to tell whether I'm in the right position or not? Okay, let me actually explain with the power of MS Paint. All right, so this is the cloud. Okay, this is the cloud enemy. Okay, and then we have, let's say, so this is Ryan and this is Shulk, okay? They're just chilling around the cloud. And Ryan's got the aggro, okay? And so if Ryan gets the aggro, the game does this. The game says, look, Ryan has the aggro. And on top of that, the enemy is coming from this direction. Do you need anything else? This is all I need. At this point, I already know. As soon as I see this arrow, I know the front is over here. And I already know that you got front over here, back over here, more or less. And then you have this is the side, and this is the side. It's that easy. So at this point, imagine I'm Shulk, and I'm like over here, I'm like, oh, I see this, and I see, okay, so the monster's looking aside, just move over here, and this is the side, and if I want to go to the back, this is the back. All I need is the aggro ring and the arrow. That's it. I don't even look at the enemy. This is all I need. And trust me, this works. And this is the reason why this exists. Okay, and some people, okay, there are a lot of arrows with a lot of enemies, but the thing is, you might be right. And the game, but the thing is, this thing is by default. This thing is activated by default. And it's the fact that it's so annoying is that it's a default thing. It's not like the game tells you, oh, look, if you're having trouble, it may become a little confusing. We don't talk about that. And go. It's not like the game is saying, "Oh, look, if you're having trouble, you can activate this." I would have been fine with that. Like when the game says, "Look, if you position yourself correctly, you can get bonuses." Okay. And then they could have just added a window that said, "Look, if you have problems, you can do this. You can activate this, and we will tell you what to do every step of the way." And you could say, "Okay, let's activate it," or like, "No, let me try without it." Then maybe you find it hard, then you activate it. But now it's a default. You have to turn it off. The game assumes you don't know how to position yourself and tries to guide you every step of the way. You have to deactivate the tutorial. It's insane. And while if you say, okay, if there are a lot of enemies, it can be confusing. You're right. But trust me, if you miss, it's not big deal if you miss a backslash. It's not big deal if you miss an air slash from the side. It's not big deal. It's not big deal. You can miss it. It's not big deal. It's totally not big deal. You just do a bit less damage. Maybe you're not inflicting slow, but it doesn't change the game. It doesn't change what the battle plays out. Usually doesn't. It does raise your party gates more if you get the right positioning, but it's totally not. It's not like because you missed the one attack that you're gonna lose the fight. It doesn't change the outcome of the fight. One missed attack in position wise does not change the outcome of the fight. So you're just saying you have absolutely to get the position right, otherwise you're just going to suck. This is how I feel like it. And again, instead they could have just done this. Either they could have done it like, oh look, there's this thing, if you want it, you can activate it in the menu. Or again, they could have just done like Xenoblade X and say, oh look, we're just gonna tell you where you are right here. We're just not going to bother you. We're just gonna put it in the side, and that's it. Then you can go to the back and use backslash, or you can go to the back and do whatever the fuck you want. But we're not gonna tell you have to. Hey, look, you gotta do this. It's the right moment. Like, god damn it, I know. This is what drives me nuts. Game wants to hold my hand the entire time. And that was enough for chance, because I could go on and on for hours about this. Okay, this thing. Let's talk about this one first. This one is a good one. Okay. So you have the collectibles, right? You just find them around maps, and they're needed for quests and the Collectopedia. Now, if you're on a quest that needs a certain item, it tells you, oh look, if you're looking for, I don't know, spicy cabbage, it tells you, oh look, this is important. It probably is your spicy cabbage you're looking for, so you just pick it up. You're not more left to the RNG. And this is good because there were some drops that they were like 2%. You had this item, and you had to stand in a spot in a very specific hour of the day, and you only had 2% that is spawned in front of you. And you had to, how did you know that? You had to look at the wiki, and the wiki said, oh look, if you go here, you have a 2% chance of getting the item every time you load the game. So it was just a spamming reload for 2 hours. Okay, this is fine because now no RNG. I know where the item is. And the map tells you, oh look, the item you're looking for is in these spots. So you just go there, pick the item. No RNG, no reload bullshit. This is good. But what is not good is that this doesn't just work for collectibles. It works for anything. So if you pick up a quest that says you have to kill this monster, or you have like, no, you have to kill 5 of this monster, okay? The game does this. It just puts exclamation marks all over the map. And this is where you can find that monster. Why? I guess people just don't want to explore anymore. Because at this point, you're not like, oh god, I wish I knew where that monster was. Let's try to find around the map. Let's look around. And that's how you find new places. That's how you explore the map, find locations, and figure out where things are. But now you're going to places because the game wants you to go there. It's like, okay, I need to do this quest. Oh, the monster's over here. Let's go there. Oh, I found a new area. But you didn't find it because you wanted to find it. You find it because the game wanted you to go there. And plus, if I have to find a monster in the map, I already explored that area probably. Like, for example, let's bring up this. Let's bring up the original. So we're on a shuttle march. Let's suppose we pick up a quest that says, oh, you have to kill the Ignis. You have to kill five Igna monsters. Just saying random one. All right, I already explored the area, so I'm like, okay, where did I find these guys? Look around the map, and I'm like, oh, wait. I remember, oh, I see Igna territory. Oh, maybe I should go over here. Okay, so I teleport over here and go check. And I find them. But maybe they're not the right one. But then I remember, oh, wait. There was this area over here. There were more Ignas around here. I thought like it was a unique monster. There was an Igna, so I go over here and check. And, oh, I found the right find the right enemy. So you use your memory, and you remember where you fought the things, where you saw the monsters, and you go there, because you explored the map beforehand. When you enter an area, you usually like, let's look around, let's scout the area, let's see what's going on. And then you get the quest that says, oh, look, go kill these things. And then you remember, oh, I saw these things over here. Let's go and check. But now it's this. But now it's like, yes, it's over here. And imagine like the game tells you, oh, look, you have to find, because there are some quests that say, oh, look, you have to find this thing in this area. You look at the map and you're like, wait, I don't have this area. Where is this? And then you think, okay, maybe it's in an area I haven't found yet. So you explore, find the area, find the item, you feel accomplished. But now, because it tells you, oh, look, it's over here, you just go there. And you know the secret areas over there. And completely destroy your exploration like reward. You just don't explore anymore. You explore because the game tells you, look, there's stuff to do here. It was a lot more fun to take an area, explore it completely on your own, then go back to it, do the quest. They could have fixed this with the collectibles. Like, eliminate the monsters. Like, just don't tell me where the monsters are. You can tell me where the collectibles are because it's RNG, but you can only do it when I fully completed the area. With collectibles, they could have done it like this. Okay, we're gonna tell you where the collectibles that you need are, but before we do that, you need to find all the locations and fully unlock the map. That way, a player will be like, wait, I want to know where the collectibles are, but I need to explore the area first. Let's look around the area. Let's find everything. And so you explore. But no. 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 They decided no. Players don't have time. They think players don't have time. They think players they don't have time to look around maps and stroll around in order to find the things. But if they don't have time in the first place, why the hell are they playing a game that lasts 80 hours for the story? And it's at least 120 if you want 100%. If you want to play this game, it's because you are going to commit to it for 2 months at least. If you don't have the time, why the fuck are you even playing it? On the developer side, they just want more people to play it, and I can see that. It's fun, but they're not making it intriguing anymore. It's not rewarding. Oh, there's this. Okay. Casual mode it's basically, this is the final insult to the player. Xenoblade X pulled this shit and it was awful. Okay, casual mode. Fucking casual mode. This is the worst. Probably worse than the chance thing. This is the worst. Enemies getting too much to handle, even though the game is stupid easy. Enabling casual mode lets you lower the difficulty of battles, because I'm a baby. Simply open the system menu with plus and go to option, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Look at this. Suggestion to enable casual mode. Okay. In Xenoblade X, if you lost 3 times to a boss fight, the game will tell you, do you want to lower the difficulty of the boss fight? When I saw that, I got so mad. I was like, God damn it. Why? You're just telling me I suck. How? Why? You can't do that, game. You can't tell me I suck. You're insulting my skills. This is just insulting the skill of the player. It's just saying, oh, it seems like you suck. Do you want to play baby mode? The only time I lowered the difficulty in Xenoblade X. The boss was fucking bullshit. I just want to get it over with. I was tired of shit. Okay. I beat the boss. I felt no satisfaction. No satisfaction. You can't just tell the player, you suck. Do you want to lower difficulty? You just can't do that. They should have just said, there's this option in the menu, but just don't make it pop up. It's really, just don't make it pop up. All you can say is just pull up a window and say, look, just one time at the beginning of the game. That's all I'm asking. All I was asking. Just pop up the window and say, oh, look, if it's too much, you can just lower the difficulty. But no, you just have to repeat that. Not only they're saying it here, but they're going to repeat you if you suck. It's not like the player has to get better and get good. No, the player has to lower the difficulty of the game to move on now. How is a player going to get good with this? You're not getting better. You're just cheating your way through. It sucks. This is the worst. The Legend of Heroes pulled that shit through. When you lose 3 times, is it 3 times? I think when you lose 3 times to a boss fight, it tells you, do you want to lower the difficulty? Like, come on, dude. I'm not a fucking casual. This is literally the worst thing. One may say, oh, but it's like a difficulty setting, and games have difficulty setting since forever, right? The thing is, you would select the difficulty at start. You start up the game, you have to start Doom, and you would like new game, and then you choose the difficulty. And that was it. And then the game, it's not like Doom told you, oh, so you died. Do you want to lower the difficulty? No. And then they do this. It sucks. On the flip side, they have expert mode in which you can just basically you can just say, okay, I want to stop receiving experience point, and you can just stock your experience point, and then you're like, okay, I just want to spend this experience point and get to level 10, and that's how I want to go. I'm stopping there, and then we're just gonna stock up more experience point. And this is good because then you can just lower your level or raise your level, and this is good only for challenges though. But it's a plus thing. And this, they did it right, because they're like, okay, look, there's this thing. If you want to use it, it's there. That's it. And then don't speak about this for the rest of the game. It's just there. All right, there's this. Journalist mode 2. If you have a Xenoblade 2 save in your Switch, you start with 10,000 Z. I'm done. Are they gonna make this even easier? Think we ran out of different. Oh yeah, there's this. Oh, this is the new vision tag. It's pretty much the same as this. They didn't change anything. They just rearranged how it looks, but that's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, you have like enemy, art, target, damage, death, time, seconds, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh wait. Oh no, because it doesn't need it. Okay. I was thinking, where is the symbol? This tells it hits in front, but it's not here. It's because that shows a single target. This is the only picture we have, actually, so. They might add like something around here or here where it's like a beam, or it's like area of effect, or front of target, like front of enemy, sorry. So yeah, they just rearrange the things, and it's okay. That's it. So in short,
It's a game for kids, unless you want to disable all the things. But by default, they're enabled, so it's a kids game now. Enjoy your Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Kids Edition, because that's what you're getting. Like, all the things that made you feel like, oh god, I have to get better at this. It's all gone. It's all fucking gone. Guys, go play Dark Souls. This game doesn't mess around. Doesn't throw you any stupid shit. It doesn't hold your hand. It just tells you, look, these are the controls, these are the action. Figure everything out. I don't care. Go play Dark Souls. That's just the best thing you can do. Or you can just go play Xenoblade Chronicles Deluxe Edition, Definitive Edition, and just play a kid's game. Or you can disable everything, if you can. And that's it. That's it. Have fun. Have fun. I'm just going to go and play Dark Souls. Or play the original. I'm just going to play the original, I guess. That's it.